Hello there, friends of the Republic, and welcome to another wonderful Let's Play with Nemembi Maxentius, the greatest and strongest man in the world, of course. Well, guys, it looks like things have gone okay so far. It looks like civil disobedience has ended in Fouta Dijon. Of course, we also know, guys, and this is a major problem, that we have a rebellion here to the north, and over here to the east, nothing seems to be happening. But Togo, yes, Togo, looks delicious. As I like to call it, the mini Florida of Africa. No, it's not a peninsula, but I just seem to think that it's shaped so much like Florida. I'm going to go ahead and smash into it. So, Togo, just like our wonderful world, is a dictatorship. And as you guys know by now, there is only room for one dictator in Africa. Me, Nemembi Maxentius. So we're going to kill them all. We're going to go ahead and declare war on Togoland. And in fact, I'm not even going to declare war. They don't even deserve that. Well, we're going to be forced to, but I'm going to go ahead and hit them hard. And as you can see here, there's a definite problem, and this is unfortunate. I wanted to explain this, guys, to you before, and I'll actually probably do a video showing our actual world standing. Right now, our world standing in military points is actually 60. We are actually quite strong in terms of Africa for our military. We probably have the strongest military in Africa right now, next to South Africa. So we're doing very well. This is actually incorrect. But we'll learn that soon enough, because we're going to kick the crap out of Togo, send them right back to the Stone Age, and in fact, we're going to send every single one of these guys there, and let's hope that we can do this in conjunction with fighting off a major rebellion here. We could not have rebellions in our country. It's unacceptable. There we go. We just killed the rebellion pretty quickly. I'm glad that's over with. But we've got other issues we've got to discuss, my friends. Yes, you are also part of this, and I'll explain why in a second. Alright, so Togo, you are finished. We're moving in there. Don't forget that we increased quite a lot of our social programs, purging of our corruption, increasing our propaganda, but we may need to increase it more, believe it or not, maybe even at the expense of raising taxes. As you can see, anarchy has stopped in Casamance, and there are other pagan riots, which is not great. I don't like it, but we're going to have to deal with it for now. Now, there's any number of different things I want to buy. Aviation is one of the major parts. The problem is that aviation takes a long time. It really does. And I'm thinking chemical fertilizers might be a great idea. The reason being, our country actually subsists on farming, mainly. In fact, it's the only real product we produce is a lot of corn, a little bit of iron, but mostly a ton of corn. So we're going to go ahead and continue our war here. How did they not get there already? It's a bit weird. Okay. Did we not end the turn? Oh, Nemembi Maxentius is so crazy sometimes. So there we are. We are going to take over Togo. But we also have political discussions. Oh, the New Guinean Kingdom. This is new. We also have discussions we have to have about the future of the country. And I'll explain why. I always love when you guys provide feedback on this series, and I hope you keep doing so. I want your feedback on everything that happens. I want your feedback on what you think should happen, etc. And it looks like Republic of Albania annexed Albania. Wait a minute. So who won? Was it the communists or the defending constitutional republic? It was the defending constitutional republic. Well, the communists tried. But one thing we're going to do here is, we were talking last time with one of your suggestions, and as always, they're not all amazing, but they're all helpful, really. And what I think I've learned is that basically we have a mostly pagan country, not to mention that not only are we mostly pagan, we are no longer mostly Liberian anymore. For once, we actually have a surplus of metals and oil, which is really cool. And actually, the production of our country is in the 30s. We are, in terms of industry, in the 30s of the world, which is amazing. So we're doing really good. We're basically like Africa's Soviet Union. We just started from a total backwater, useless place into a thriving economy on the west of Africa. The problem is this. We're going to take a look here at our government support, and it is 11%. Not the greatest thing in the world. A lot of people have mentioned they want me to switch over to a theocracy. It would be an utter nightmare. And the population support, I guess, is mostly in favor of paganism, but quite honestly, 21% of our people are Protestant, which is probably enough to control power. We might want to keep that in mind, but 79% of others are probably pagans. The issue is really that no matter how we go to that government, it's going to be terrible. And somebody recommended, which is not a bad idea, to actually instigate a coup and merely keep the dictatorship, right? But change the religion to pagan. I don't think this would work. The fact is that pagan is not a unified religion, and all we're going to do is destabilize a dictatorship that right now really needs to be stabilized even more than it already is. So I don't think we're going to do that. I think we are going to keep building in these countries, continuing to build across the way. Let me actually send this guy over to Togoland. Hopefully we won't need him. Let's take a look. And so far, actually, 14-5. Don't forget, Togoland is a hilly area, very hilly area. And we are fighting, and this fight might take a while. Not because the enemy has a lot of men, just because the terrain is not made for combat. So here we go. We're going to keep moving. Glory to glorious Liberia. Oh, the Congo is going to look nice. And I might actually declare war on Kingdom of the Upper Volta, but I think the important part here is going to be to continue increasing the power of our government, of our dictatorship, and not getting away from that area. Now, I might try to support maybe a socialist dictatorship in our country, but it would be a tough one to win. In fact, right now, before we had 5% socialist support, right now we have no socialist support in the country. We do have 5% support for a democracy, bad idea, and a 10% support of our people for a nationalistic state. But as I was saying before, we are no longer entirely Liberian, so it might be in our best interest to form a nationalist state for not Liberians, but for whatever the biggest population in our country is at the moment. And I could actually find out. First of all, I might want to increase some of this stuff, especially the propaganda, but this is going to cost us money. So I'm going to increase propaganda. I'm slowly going to have to increase taxation. And hopefully this will allow us to get a lot of support in the country. I'll also have the support religion here, and that should help us big time in terms of placating the religious in our country. At least I hope so. I'm not certain that's going to happen, but we're going to try to see if it does. So here we go. I'm going to jump right in here. As you can see, we're still fighting away with Togo, and that war might take a little while, but not too long. And hopefully we can take the country, crush them, and add another colony to the glorious nation of Liberia. Well, in this case, totally annex them. Okay, there we go. So civil disobedience has ended in Guinea, and that's awesome. We don't have to worry about that anymore. And of course, we're going to be sending guys over, which should be fun. I want to take a quick look over here. So state nationality is Liberian. Oh my god, guys. Our population is closing in on 100 million. We have 96 million right now, which is really a huge country. And I want to take a look over here. We have to take a look at the regions. And as you could see, most of the culture here, well, actually all of the cultures of the Niger-Congo, but the ethnicity is different. And this is the problem with Africa. There are a lot of different tribes, a lot of different ethnicities. And they are definitely mostly pagan. We have a lot of Islamic ones and a few Protestants. But in general, it's just looking, I don't know. I can't really tell what our main nationality is. We can look over here, Agnebi, Casamon, Kayor, and of course this is Senegalese. Guinea, Haute Guinea, Lower Guinea. I'm thinking, honestly, guys, we're either going to have to accept ourselves as Guinean, and basically, admit we are Ghanaians or stay as Liberians. So you can see the only Liberian place is the Gold Coast. And unfortunately, the population here makes only up 4 million, okay, guys, out of our country of almost 100 million people. So we're going to start having to focus on other groups and having to start moving our national focus to, who really wants to be in power. So this might be more of a nationalistic revolution for the Guineans. I don't know if we're going to do it. Of course, one of the biggest problems with having a huge army is your huge army is really good at suppressing the rebellions you try to lead. Because remember, if your soldiers are not on your side, they're going to join the enemy. And with the big armies we have right now, things could get really ugly. I'm thinking the best thing to do is going to be to win over the Togoland here. And what we'll do at that point, we'll split our army into the smaller units once again and not have them merged. And we will send one army group to each region of our country and then consider the revolt. No, we're not going to take a stupid treaty. What do you think we are? Guinean? You idiots. Anyway, we're going to continue the attack, and as you can see, due to just the amount of men we have, things are pretty rough when it comes to moving around the country. People can't get around our country right now. It's just the truth. Let's also see if we can build something in the Gold Coast. I would love some medium rail density, but it's going to take me 40 turns, of course. And there we go. Victory over Togo, guys. That was an easy victory. It was barely a war, but it is what it is. I'm going to annex it. And actually, I was really tempted to establish a new government with Togo and just basically have a puppet state. But I don't think we need that. It's small enough we can annex it, and it'll just add to the destabilization of the amount of cultures we have here. And got 10,000 gold. Hey, that's awesome. We can always use that to increase certain things. For instance, government programs. Right now our economy is doing meh. As you can see, guys, our only real import is food. I mean, that's all we have. We also do have coal, which is pretty great. So we could start making some trade deals for coal and food. The truth is, though, I've tried making trade deals left and right, and nobody wants to trade with us for obvious reasons. We are basically a cancer eating through Africa. But we will hopefully one day be able to consolidate all of this, which we have already, and become, much like Angola, a truly African superpower, and probably even better than Angola. So I think that's what we're going to do for now, guys. I hope you guys have been enjoying the series, and please make sure to hit that like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and we will continue next time. Of course, I will take a look quickly at our government support ratings. I'd love to see how people feel about us right now. 7% government support, again, it's not great, and I really wish that we could get support for these other systems. I'm thinking we might have to do a particularly, maybe not a very supported coup. Maybe we might have to do a socialist coup and just, have to fight head over heels to win and slowly bring the people over. I'm not sure if that's the case now, but it definitely might be the case. I'm also going to work a little bit more to purge corruption. Of course, I'm not affiliated with this corruption at all, but I figure we might as well purge it and see if the people are a little happier with us. Don't forget that a lot of these people are conquered peoples, so that's another reason our government may never enjoy the nice level of support we were hoping that it would. But we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, Kingdom of Darfur annexed Sudan, and Kingdom of Beja annexed Sudan. Wow, Sudan is screwed. KR converted from pagan to Protestant. That's actually good. If we can get most of our people to become Protestants, then we can merely create a Protestant dictatorship without going the theology route, and everybody's happy. So that's something that I definitely think is a good thing. Anyway, guys, I gave you an extra little turn there. I hope you're enjoying the series so far. Let me know what you want to do next. I must admit, Benin is looking delicious, and so is Kingdom of the Upper Volta. And maybe these are the two next areas we want to take, swallow up, and we will actually finally be right there bordering a wonderful river. And I think that's something that's going to be very important. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Have an awesome and great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe immediately. Right now, do it. Like it, subscribe to it, and show your name and comments, something like that. Bye, guys.